I believe some of you have already read some pretty catchy headlines, like something like Warren Buffett killed his reputation by being not so clever or whatever. So this is just a very sarcastic remark, one of the most famous investor in the world. For all those of you who have not known, who do not know what Warren Buffett is, he is one of the top 5 richest men in the world. He made his money through investment, and he has about a net worth of 100 over a billion, something like that. Yeah. So there is this article on, I think, Cointelegraph. You may read about it. Among that chunk of article, there's one particular sentence that says Warren Buffett has 137 billion in cash. So it's almost enough to buy every Bitcoin in a circulating supply. So, okay, just look at it. Warren Buffett. You just hold on. Warren Buffett, he has so much money. He basically has enough money to buy up a lot of things. Yeah. So, but the thing is that he don't have to. Even though he has the money to buy so much, he want to sabotage the crypto, but he don't have to. Yeah. So just think about for a moment, you just think about it. Don't talk about 100 over a billion or something. Just take 100 billion. If he spends 100 million every year, he could spend it for the next 1,000 years. How about that? So, but having read all this, I believe that this is just people trying to catch up attention, pull in some attention into cryptocurrency, into Bitcoin. But is Bitcoin really that good or really that bad? It's up to each individual how you want to think about it. There is also a couple of articles that I read, a couple of things that I read online and heard online. They say, is Bitcoin superior to gold? Or will Bitcoin replace gold? Yeah, these 2 questions. So let me talk a little bit about this thing. My personal answer to this, my personal response to this 2 questions is, I don't think so. Gold has been around for a long time. It is highly liquid. Yes, it's a very scarce asset. So it is nobody's liability, actually. Yeah, and it can be bought as a luxury good, or it can be as much as investment portfolio, to include in your investment portfolio. Yeah. So this unique thing about gold is it doesn't really undergo depreciation, just like other assets. You look at real estate, market is good, it go up, market is not good, it go down. Yeah. Automobile, accountings, company finance, and all this. So gold has always been there. It's just there. You don't see it, you don't really think about it, but it's always there. The price is always there. It's always pretty much stable and doesn't really fluctuate much. Yeah, but you look at why people shift their sentiments on gold is that because many decades ago, US, after they pegged their dollar to gold, and then they unpegged the dollar from gold. So why? Technically, you look at how US dollar right now is not backed by gold anymore for the quite a long time already. So technically, the Fed can print any amount of US dollar they want. Yeah. So they call it the unlimited, or rather, right now there is this thing called unlimited QE. They can print any amount they want. Yeah. So Bitcoin is a little bit like, because Bitcoin is a currency, right? Cryptocurrency. US dollar is a currency. So Bitcoin is a little bit like, not same, but a little bit like US currency, where it is not backed by anything. In fact, Bitcoin is worse. It is basically just largely speculative. But is Bitcoin a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. Cryptocurrency as a whole, they are basically I would look at it as one of the fundamental driving force for the future economy. Yeah, why I think so? Just look at how country government, country central banks, they are building their own digital currency. Their own. In China, they call it digital yuan. Japanese, they call it digital yen. They are studying it. And then in Europe, there are quite a number of them. Yeah, so central banks are coming up with this central bank digital currencies, which means that their stance on cryptocurrency are pretty positive. They are looking towards expecting this age to come. Yeah, while gold is there, it will always be there, just like ancient China. Ancient China, when they start to have paper notes, paper dollar, or paper currency, right? Yeah. So was gold still around? Gold was still around. China Tang Dynasty happened in a period of 6th to 9th century AD. Yeah. So as early as 9th century, China is already using paper currency. Yeah. So how long does it take for Europe to start to adopt paper currency? That's about 500 years later. Yeah. So there's a shift. There's a transition. Yeah. So right now we are in a unique period. You are in a unique time period of of everything, the markets, financial market, and everything. Yeah. So now we are at the beginning of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency started from Bitcoin started 2008, 12 years ago, but we are still in an early age. That's how I see it. When they say the halving that's coming next week or the week after, and then there is a limit to how much Bitcoin can be mined, the total amount, which is 21 million, is preset to 21 million. Yeah, so by 2024, what happens next? Of course, there are people who are expecting Bitcoin to hit 500,000 per Bitcoin. My personal gut feel is that it is a very hyping statement. Yeah. So not that I don't like the idea of seeing it going up so high, but it's just that I think they are pushing it a little bit too far without considering a lot of other factors. Yeah. So the next thing about and of course this cryptocurrency, if one day Bitcoin, or not say Bitcoin, but if one day someone came out with a new cryptocurrency, maybe Bitcoin 2, Bitcoin 3, or whatever, yeah, and it is backed by solid asset, well, I think this cryptocurrency has a lot of potential to even push further into our future. Yeah. So why I feel that Bitcoin will not replace gold above that I just mentioned, and also because of this key notion called volatility. Bitcoin is very volatile. Crypto in general is very volatile. Up to this age, today 20,000 in 2017, it went down to 6,000 6 months later. That is 70% drop, my friends. 70%. So what happens during the drive from 4,000 to 20,000? Do you know? Do I know? I'm not quite sure. I'm not one of those people. I do not know. Yeah. So that's the same with the general public. the general public will say, hey, I don't know, but someone says that it's going to go up, so I'm just going to jump in the wagon and follow. So that is why we see there are so many millions of Bitcoin wallets that only have about $100 worth of Bitcoin. Yes, 0.00 something of Bitcoin. Yeah. So because they listen to the hype, they follow. It's not wrong. It's not wrong to try something that you don't know. But that is one of the factors that create that increase. Yeah. So, and also, cryptocurrency are basically a form of currency. They are, but gold is time tested. As I mentioned earlier, it is all these thousands of years history. Yeah. So look at gold price now. Gold price now is 40 per gram. $40 per gram. $40,000 per kg. And 40 million per ton. So look at it. There is this is number 7. Give me a moment. So there are 190,000 tons of gold worldwide, and that equates to about $7.6 trillion worth of gold worldwide. How much Bitcoin are there in the world? 21 million. How much is it? 10 million. 10,000 per Bitcoin. So for if today all the Bitcoin are already mined, is already in the market, 21 million in the market at 10,000, there is only 210 million. No. 210 billion. Yeah, 210 billion. That is still way lesser than the price of the worth of gold, the amount of gold. Yeah. And there's one more thing. Gold, they are still mining gold. So there are still new supplies of gold into the market. That is why I see gold as something more of a slow and stable. While when you look at Bitcoin, we all experience it. We've seen how it went up high and then dropped. It is a little bit crazy. Yeah. So Bitcoin superior to gold? Nah, they are just a little bit more convenient, digital. Gold is something you can touch, you can feel. Think for a moment today, if everyone has Bitcoin, everyone is using Bitcoin to buy, sell, to whatever. So suddenly, internet get cut off, all your data get cut off. How? I don't know. How are you going to transfer? Yeah. Suddenly there is something happened in the nowadays you hear people talking about the Earth magnetic field and all that kind of thing. Okay, let's say extreme imagination, all our power get cut off. Nobody can use electricity anymore. We have to go back to using candle. Are you going to use Bitcoin to buy cryptocurrency to buy? No. You better use something that you can feel. All right. Yeah. So Bitcoin, gold, Bitcoin. So I look at. I give you an analogy. Bitcoin, gold, like it's just like a hotel. Hotel. It is built on solid ground. It's built on a piece of land with soil. Real estate. Bitcoin is like a cruise ship. You can go anywhere. It is a hotel too. It is a place of leisure, a hotel. You pay. Money is being exchanged for services in these two. Hotel, maybe a 5-star, 6-star hotel somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, and a cruise ship. Yeah, like I said earlier, you can go anywhere. But it can sink. Of course, this one can sink. This one can demolish too. You know, if there's earthquake, there's World War III, some missile come, you can demolish it. But the land is still there. This cruise ship, if something happens, it sinks. That's it. Titanic. Titanic. All that is left is 100 years later. 100 years later, someone make a movie of your cruise ship. That's it. Yeah. So, but it's still a good thing. We still go to cruise. We still go and have a good time. We still use it. We still use Bitcoin for transaction. It's a good thing. It gives us convenience. So, will Bitcoin replace gold? I think it's good that they both go and hand in hand. You know, yeah. I think that's my feel for today. You know, Richard, over to you. Richard, over to you. I can't hear you.
Thanks, Mr. Nicholas. Just now, so now can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Okay. Just you share a lot of information to us about the gold, the value of the gold, and the difference between the gold and the cryptocurrency, and you share to us about the will Warren Buffett kill his reputation by his saying Bitcoin is ridiculous, and we appreciate that Warren Buffett he has his own knowledge, and he know that the value of the Bitcoin is still risk for him. Yeah, everyone have a different view of the cryptocurrency and have a different view in everything. We respect that, and let me sum up on the talk from today. Let me sum up on the talk today. The talk from today is hyperinflation in Ireland. Yeah, as we have discussed previously, in Ireland, the inflation, one Bitcoin is 35,000 per Bitcoin nowadays in the local Bitcoin, and Bitcoin price reached 8,500 last week. And at this moment, of live stream is around more than 9,000, and the last one is that's in the season of the Billions movie in US. It's also share something about the Bitcoin miner. And if you have any question, please hesitate to let us know, and you just interact with our chat here with Nicholas, and we are happy to share with us. And next 2 weeks is Bitcoin halving will deduct the half of the mining reward to own a miner, and we expect the price of the Bitcoin will go further, but unless the market decide by themselves, we don't have any our own advice to tell people to buy this coin or that coin. We hope everyone stays healthy and enjoy during the times quarantine, stay at home. So Mr. Nicholas, should we keep going on with the live stream, or we end the live stream now? Because just now we have around, I don't know how long we have on stream until now.
I think we can end the live stream very soon. Yeah. But I think just now you mentioned something about Iran and the currency, the riyal, right? I think we need to correct it. 35,000 real, which equivalent not to BTC but to USD. Yeah, so which is pretty crazy because you look at what they are actually doing now. They are resetting their currency. They are introducing this new currency, not real, not a new real like how Germans back in those days they when there's a hyperinflation, they cancel out the old German mark and then they introduce a new mark. This time they are going to use Thomann, according to one of the articles I read. Yeah, so technically they are shaving off, they are reducing 4 zeros behind their current currency to introduce a new currency. So imagine 10,000 Riyal is equals to the 1 Thomann, which is a new currency. So they basically reduce 4 zeros. Yeah. So let's see how they do. Yeah, because few years ago, when we look at Venezuela, their crisis, they have to start using other countries' currency. Yeah, so they have to abandon. Well, they're the one that abandoned their own currency, or this is there? Yeah, I think they abandoned their own currency, something like that. Yeah, so so it is a serious thing when there is a hyperinflation. Will it happen? Will it happen to U.S. dollar? U.S. that because of the fact that they have printed so much trillions and all these that things that are happening right now in a world, will it affect? Of course, we pray not, but the way we look at it,